these are matters of judgment and degree, and I have been listening very carefully to the honourable gentleman. In the debate on whether the question be not now put, it is perfectly reasonable for members on either side of the argument to put their case with reference to matters that they think either do require immediate resolution by the House or alternatively do not require immediate resolution by the House. Where I think the honourable gentleman strays somewhat beyond the legitimate parameters of this debate is if he starts to go into great detail, which he is doing, into the particulars of the matter of the EAW or some other policy matter. That he shouldn't do, and I am clear in my mind, upon receipt of suitable advice, that it would be unwise, for example, because I know the honourable gentleman applied to me to speak in the main debate, for him simply to read out the speech that he would otherwise have made, as though the motion moved by the Shadow Home Secretary had not been moved. The honourable gentleman might not want it to have been moved, but it has been moved, and he needs to display, dare I say it, a deftness of touch and an adaptability in terms of footwork. Mr. William Wiggin.
Mr. Speaker, I'm most grateful for your guidance, and I have been at pains to avoid mentioning anything that might have fallen outside the motion. However, if I...
Put, no be put.
Order. What I would say to the honourable gentleman is it's very difficult to interpret the precise will of the House on these matters at no notice. I am alert to the argument for a closure, which is what the honourable gentleman is seeking. There have, however, been several other members standing. Order. Therefore, I'm quite open to the case for a closure after a reasonable interval, but I would like to see whether, when the honourable gentleman has concluded his speech before it becomes even more disorderly, there are other honourable members still seeking to catch my eye. And if there are, and my assessment is that they're likely to want to make orderly speeches, I might wish to hear them. But if the honourable gentleman is hopeful that there might be a closure accepted before too long has passed, I leave the House to consider what constitutes too long, he may not be disappointed. Mr. William Wiggins.
I'm sorry that I read some of my speech, and I shall leave it there so that you won't feel that I've strayed again. But the purpose of speaking during this is that, as you have ruled that we are not debating something that we wanted to debate, and as the Home Secretary is here, I wanted her to hear the specific injustices suffered by my constituent, which I would have been able to read out, but now will not. Luckily for the House, I won't take a great deal more time, but this man was told he wasn't going to be extradited, but was extradited on the day that the Spanish court said that they wouldn't allow him to do so. So, I think we need to be allowed to continue this debate for a moment.
To the honourable gentleman. Ignoring the instruction of the chair doesn't cease to be ignoring the instruction of the chair just because it is done politely and with a charming smile. So I think he is concluding his speech. His peroration is being reached and may even have been concluded. But very nearly, Mr. William Wiggin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, I hope that we won't rush to vote on this important matter, because there are serious cases, and the constituent in question did not get legal aid to allow him to clear his name, and until we get this justice element right, we shouldn't allow debates like this to be curtailed too speedily.
Thank you. Mr. David Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.